On March 2nd, Charles Murray was invited to speak at Middlebury College. For a half an hour, 100 student protesters chanted, "Charles Murray, go away, racist, sexist, anti-gay. Charles Murray, go away, racist, sexist, anti-gay." They forced him to speak in a TV studio, and when he was done, they physically pushed him to the ground. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, have you noticed that our politics have turned combative? In 1967, I entered UCLA as a shy, quiet, emotionally reserved freshman. I hated political discussions where everybody jumps in all over each other. But the demonstrators at UCLA were demanding peace in Vietnam. They stopped traffic on Wilshire Boulevard. That didn't bring peace. One day, LAPD came on campus, marching shoulder to shoulder, sweeping protesters off campus. Numerous speakers were shouted down. Welcome to the return of combative politics. In the interim, I found a discipline that pursues both peace and solutions: mediation. Resolving conflict by agreement. Can mediation help? Well, let me ask you a question. If two people are yelling at each other at the top of their lungs, how easy is it to resolve a dispute? This could be called the baseball bat method. So let me ask, it didn't work. It does not work. So let me ask you a slightly more difficult question. What happens if only one party is yelling? It takes two to dialogue. If one party isn't dialoguing, you might as well try and reason with Siri. Recalculate that argument. In one mediation, a man told me, for the last 30 years, my sister has told me what to do. And today, it's not going to happen. Can you hear the emotional baseball bat? This year, I read Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. He wrote the book on combative politics. Alinsky was born and raised in Chicago, and then studied criminology. In 1930, the smooth-talking and brash Alinsky talked his way right into the confidence of the Al Capone gang, where he learned the Al Capone method of persuasion. Let me give you 3 of Alinsky's rules. Rule number 1, keep the pressure on. Rule number 2, pick your target, freeze it, personalize it, then polarize it. Rule number 3, ridicule is man's most potent weapon. Alinsky mastered polarizing power politics, then taught it. Lack of civility isn't a problem. Lack of civility is the strategy. What good does it do to ask somebody to be nice when they have every intention and determined to beat you over the head with an emotional baseball bat? "3,000 years ago, Solomon said, hatred stirs up conflicts, but love covers all offenses." Maybe we should learn something from this 3,000-year-old sage whose name means peace. Public policy will always have disagreements, but all ideas must be expressed, evaluated, circumstances considered, and then the best solution chosen. This can't happen in an environment of constant pressure and polarizing ridicule. You and I are Toastmasters. We know how to speak. Every speaker gets a turn. We don't force speakers to shut up. Between the principles of mediation, the wisdom of Solomon, and the rules at Toastmaster contests, we're going down the wrong road. Have you been intimidated? What should you do? First, expose these methods as Al Capone gangster tactics and reject them. Second, stand up for the right of people to speak. It's a fundamental constitutional right. And third, beware when anyone chooses to intimidate, to force their will on someone. The next victim might be you. Hatred stirs up conflicts. Love creates the environment for solutions. Mr. Toastmaster.